All right, we're good. Hi, Nick here, Snowmanboy. This is the Astral Projection Project. This is where I attempt to astral project and practice astral projecting every day. And I come on here and I tell you about it. I let you know what's going on, and I'm going to continue to do this until I astral project. I came close a long time ago, and I've never intentionally done it, but I'm going to continue to do this until I do it. So hop on for the journey, the adventure. Um, Today is September 6th, 2021, and I planned on getting up early while it was dark out to practice, but I stayed up too late playing Dota. I stayed up till I think 1 o'clock, so I ended up waking 6 hours from that time, which was 7 o'clock in the morning, and by that time it was light outside. So I figured, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna catch up on my sleep, and then I'll practice later in the day. So I just got done practicing for 30 minutes. I went in my bed and I had my blindfold, my noise canceling headphones. I had my quartz crystal in my left hand and my I had labradorite in my right hand. And what happened? So I focused on my breathing. For the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I really focused on my breathing the most out of anything that I was doing during that practice. And I did that because yesterday I watched a video by Teal Swan, who's an amazing spiritual master who has a YouTube channel, and I suggest you check that out if you're interested in this subject. And I'll put her channel in my description below. But she was really one of her main points was to focus on the breath and how that's the doorway really to getting to the other side. So I did that. I did that, and that worked well. And then I started to doze off. My intention was to get to that point where I'm about to fall asleep so then I could keep my mind awake but put my body to sleep and then hopefully astral project from there. But I got to that point, but I wasn't able to keep my mind awake and put my body to sleep. I don't know I don't know what it is. I'm not practiced enough. I'm not good enough at this yet. Maybe I'm too tired in general, so I just fall asleep. But that's what's happening. I'm not able to make it happen. Um, but practice is practice, and today I found out more about myself and my capabilities, and I was able to go through the motions. The only sensations I had were I had some visible sensations, some lights. At one point, it almost looked like a portal. Everything was white in that circle, and then there was kind of like a shade of um, grass, like the outline of grass, and it was dark, like it was in the shadows. I couldn't see the color of it or the detail, but it was really faint. It wasn't extremely vivid, but that only showed up for just a little bit. And besides that, just some white patches. So that was kind of cool. And there it is. There's my practice. I'm going to keep trying to during my practices to get to that point, that brink of crossing over into sleep and then capitalizing on that and trying to keep my mind awake and astral project from there. The more I read about it and hear about it and watch videos on it, and the more that leads me to believe that that's where it's at. That's what I got to do. So that was my practice for today. Tomorrow I'm going to try to practice in the morning before the sun rises, so it's completely dark outside, and because that again is supposed to help me astral travel. So one new thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over a video. I watched a video yesterday on astral projection, and I think that it would be productive for myself and also for you if you're interested in the subject and going deeper, to check out this video and it might help you. And so yeah, that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna go over this video and then and that's that. So let's get into it here. I got it all set up. Switch in there, put on my headphones so I can hear it. And let's do it. This guy's name is Master Shri Akarshana. And yesterday at work, I was going through my old playlists that I made from about a year and a half, 2 years ago when I started getting into this again and just diving deep into the metaphysical in general. And this was one of the videos I watched back then, and I watched it again, and it's like gold. There are these gems, these nuggets that I completely forgot about. So let's get into it.
What's up guys, this is Sri Akashana here. Namaste to everybody. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a very, very powerful technique when it comes to astral projection and astral traveling. So those of you who are not so familiar with it, it is the process because we are this spiritual being in this physical form. Now, this physical form is the confinement. There is limitations, right? So body cannot go flying. Spirit can go flying. So there's a lot of things it can do, and it's limitless. It's infinite energy body. So when we are doing astral projection, it is saying that we are actually taking spirit, moving, projecting the visual and being able to move into different dimension. Everything that we can think of is in existence. Why? Because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. And everything is energy, meaning that everything is real that we can think of, right? We call it imagination when we can't justify what it is we're seeing in this physical reality. But the moment we can think it, we know that it is already in existence. So with that said, what is the process? How do we do it? Well, the first thing that you must know is that your mind is the biggest thing that will stop you from being able to travel, being able to get out of body experience. Because
I think that's been one of my biggest issues. Anytime that I ever get close to I would say astral projecting, it's like when I was telling you the other day when I start to get lost in these visualizations or these daydreams, and then I was telling you how my consciousness just like says, whoa, you need to get control of the situation here, or maybe fear steps in and is like, whatever it is, my mind comes in and stops me from going with that. And I think that's what he's saying here, and I just thought I would add that there.
the mind is a skeptical mind, and it's actually here to protect you, which is good in a way, because otherwise you can go out there and you get lost, right? So your mind is there to protect you. So it always uses the skeptical mind. Like, for example, some of you will be listening to my words right now and already be challenging it. Yeah, this thing, as if it could happen. He's just saying it. It's not real, right? So you are already experiencing your mind doing its work. It's protecting you. So it's doing a good job right now, right? So how do we actually make ourselves really allowed to freely go out? The first thing we got to do is we got to learn to bypass the mind. So what does that mean? It means this. If I was to tell you, I say, close your eyes and visualize yourself flying in space or flying in the sky, right? You will close your eyes and naturally you'll be like, yeah, I think I can imagine it, but it's not real. So your little voice will kick in straight away to bring you back into physical limitation and reality. The moment that happens, it doesn't allow you to go deep into it. You will keep challenging it and saying, well, it's not real. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. If you think it's not real, it's not real. You won't be going. But the moment you allow, you are actually there. It almost feels like this, and I think this will resonate with most people on a much deeper level, is if you've ever had a dream before, and that dream becomes extremely, extremely real, like it's like you're actually, it feels like you're actually there. Then when you wake up in the morning, even though you know you're back in your bedroom, you look around and you still question, but I think it was real. And everybody's had that experience before. That's how real it can be. And once it becomes that, you are actually in different dimension. That's why usually I talk about dream dimensions, because dream is also not dream. Humans just call it dream because there's no other way to justify it, right? Some things that they are not used to, then they call dream. So when you are in dream, if you are not here, you are also somewhere else. This way, we are going astral projection, we're going this way. So how do we actually get into it? Well, we bypass the mind. So how do we bypass the mind? First of all, where is it that you want to go? So let's say if you want to travel through space or you want to travel to a particular place, you can dimension travel. So the way to bypass the mind to help the visualization is to actually find a visual image. Maybe you can find a video clip, right, on YouTube.
This is important for me to hear, I think, because I don't, like I've said before, I don't have the most vivid imagination. And I never really have a clear intent on where I want to go. It's usually just kind of like a side thing that I throw in there if I remember to do it. So I need to prioritize having a place, like he's saying, that I want to astral project to. And I have in the past used my garden, my backyard, as the place I want to astral project to, because I've been back there so many times that I can clearly see that all in my mind. When I've tried other places, it just hasn't been as vivid. So I'm going to clearly set my intention for it to be the backyard and then have that show up in my mind. But it sounds like he's about to say, and what he's saying is that I could go online and find some place and just watch that. I don't know. We'll see what he says here.
With regards to something that you want to manifest or some place you want to be right now. Yeah. So you keep watching the video clip and you keep your eyes open, you blink, you close your eyes, and when you close your eyes, can you still see it? Then you do it again, you blink, and then you close your eyes, can you still see the image? You are creating here what we call a visual imprint. So once you've created the visual imprint, it means that the moment you close your eyes, it's very easy to get into that visualization. So that's the first thing that will help you bypass the mind. The second thing that will help you bypass the mind is you need to keep your mind open. Say, I'm open for whatever is going to happen. I'm not going to challenge it. I'm going to witness it.
I'm
That's
open
literally
to
the
whatever is
mantra I
going
do
to happen.
before I
I'm
go
not going to
into,
challenge it. I'm going to
any
witness
astral,
it.
Traveling. Now, then what you do, this is actually best time to do it is early in the morning. The reason for it is because if you do it before bed, it's highly likely you just pass out and fall asleep like usual. If you wake up in the morning, we need to act.
Which is happening to me. See, that's exactly what's happening to me, even though I'm doing it in the middle of the day here. Like you just said, I'm just passing out, or I can even. Here, let's go back and listen to that again. That was interesting.
For it is because if you do it before bed, it's highly likely you just pass out and fall asleep like usual.
Yeah.
If you wake up in the morning, we need to access what we call theta brainwave. What is theta brainwave? Theta brainwave is that middle ground between awake and sleep. You know when you're kind of here but kind of out, you're like flickering in and out of dream? That state is the perfect state to be in for astral traveling. So that's why when you wake up in the morning, you are kind of in that state of, am I here, am I there? Am I here, am I there? That is your theta brainwave. So at that state, what do we do? Very simple. Now at that state, we will allow ourselves to hold that state of consciousness.
Real quick. So that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm trying to get to that point where I'm dozing off. I'm trying to access that theta state. And here we go. I'll go back just like 3 seconds here.
Very simple. Now at that state, we will allow ourselves to hold that state of consciousness, half consciousness, right? And then what we will do, we will bring in this visual image towards the third eye. By the way, this is the exit point. Third eye is exit point to move the spirit into other dimension. You will bring the visual towards the third eye. Whatever it is, wherever it is that you want to go, you bring that towards third eye. Once it's, so you're laying down, palms are up, you're facing up, okay, laying down flat, facing up. Then what you do is, while you are moving, what you do is you slowly bring your attention towards your palms, bring your attention towards your feet, so that you realize you are floating above body. What is naturally happening when you are in that theta brainwave, half in, half out, and you are starting to focus? Imagine using the mind's eye to see the palm, see the feet, see the body. What will happen is slowly, you will come out, and it will be a little bit freaky for some of you who have never done this before, because you have a feeling of, it feels like I can see my body lying there, right? So sometimes what will happen is you will come out, you'll be like, oh my God, I think I can see it. Then because your skeptical mind kicks in, this can't be real. Boom, you're back in.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, no, I'm not. I knew it was fake.
And that's what happened to me. The story I tell of a long time ago was almost 10 years now. I got so close. I heard the like train in my ear. What was the other thing? There was another sensation I don't even know, but I felt it, I tasted it, and then exactly what he just said. Here, I'll rewind it like 2 seconds. Exactly what he just said happened to me.
Be real. Boom, you're back in. And you're like, what will happen is you will come out, you'll be like, oh my God, I think I can see it. Then because your skeptical mind kicks in, this can't be real. Boom, you're back in. And you're like, no, I'm not. I knew it was fake. Because you're in the midst of moving. So you cannot allow your mind to challenge you during this time. You have to allow yourself to relax. Be open to every opportunity. Be open to everything that's happening right now. Be open to everything. So in that moment of moving, you focus on looking at your hand. Then when you are focusing on looking at your hand, you remove yourself and you start looking at your hand. Then you start moving.
It's like I have to get in the state of no fear, no judgment, just observe, become the observer. In which, yeah, that's what I have to do right there. It's easier said than done, though, right? Because when you have all those sensations coming through you, then yeah. So that's what I have to do.
Then you bring into mind's eye. Wherever you want to travel, you bring into mind's eye and watch yourself be able to zap and go into that projection. It's a very powerful technique. But one thing I must say to everybody is, when you practice things like this, you need to have a specific goal. And your goal must not be to leave the body for infinite time. Always remember, your purpose in this lifetime is to be human, is to be in this physical reality, right? So don't get lost out there, because there's like a playground. You can't get lost out there. Your game is here as a human. So this is just for seeker's journey. It's just for you to be able to see more, raise your consciousness, right? Figure out how everything actually works, see how existence works. But always remember, before you get into astral projection, is remind yourself, I am going just for traveling. After my travels, I will come back. I'm just going to go and have a look, then I'll come back. So make sure to play it like that way and keep it safe, because this is, the right authorizations will be granted for those who have the right container for it, have the right mindset for it. Then you'll be able to use this technique to actually seek, to be able to find answers. So go in with a question, and it will take you to certain dimensions to give you the answer. Then come back and use it in this physical reality, and use it only for positivity, positive manifestations. Guys, hope this has been of use to you. Please do hit the thumbs up if that.
Cool. Yeah, so I need to come in with my intention of what question I have, or what I'm seeking. I need to come in with where I want to go, a good visual of that, vivid visual in my mind's eye of that. And I got to make sure I don't have any fear, any judgment, any and become the observer. I think those are the key takeaways there. Awesome. So yeah, awesome guy, Master Shri Akarshana. I'll have his information in my description below, and if you could go and like this video, that'd be great to support him. And yeah, this was cool. I think I'm going to do this more when I find a hidden gem or something that can help us on our journey. Then I'll share it with you. And I appreciate you being here. And tomorrow, I'm looking forward to the practice, and um, I'll let you know how it goes. Until next time, until tomorrow, take care of yourself.